Welcome back. Today we're talking about hand sniping. And so there's really three main reasons why you want to hand snipe. First of all, if I'm facing off against Paula, the closest thing to me are her limbs, right? Her hands. The second reason is if I can take care of one of her limbs and deprive her of a weapon, then that's an advantage. The last one, it really plays off that, which is if I try to go into her body, I'm stepping into her range as well. And so what I tend to use is hand sniping, especially against a skilled opponent, to try and either take away their ability to fight or maybe distract them by feigning their hands enough that I can then use the feign to disengage in the body. Okay? So, in my experience, the best ways to do this is if Paula's on guard, okay, the way you've got to think about things is I can either shoot from underneath, okay, or, and frankly what I have better luck with, is come to the outside and shoot at the forearm, even the upper arms. Now, how do you set that up? Coming underneath, generally, if Paula, and she's got a really good guard, she always does, but if she does what a lot of people do and kind of present the sail of the guard or the front of the guard more, now from here I know that I can try and shoot under that and get her forearm. Or sometimes people will, instead of presenting the main guard directly forward, they'll fade off to the side. At that point you can shoot for the hand. Okay? So it depends on how they're presenting their hand. Okay? Now, let's assume she's got a good solid guard, right, where she's offering the blade, so I can't really shoot under very well, and I don't have the ability to shoot her knuckles. All right? At this point, really, other than trying to go over top, which that's kind of a high percentage shot, or I should say low percentage shot. What I'll try to do is try to feign her out of position or do something to get her to move her hand to get an opening. So from here, if I shoot at her forearm, she's ready to parry it. Okay? But if I do a couple feigns or even dedicated attacks to her body and she starts to bring her hand over, now from here, I can then use that to disengage to the outside line. So boom, and right in. Okay? And that works to either side. Now, when I'm fighting somebody who has a secondary dagger, buckler, what have you, obviously, if my right hand is closer, it's easier and more convenient for me to attack the left hand of my opponent. Okay? The same thing applies, though, for the rapier side. So I can shoot over top, but if she's got a nice high guard that's presenting and keeping me from doing that, I can do the same thing. I offer some attacks to the center, feigns, what have you, disengage, and shoot out. Okay? As always, when I do this, however, if I shoot, whether I score or not, I'm going to withdraw, okay, for a couple of reasons. One, it gives my opponent a chance to assess whether they got hit and react so that they're not automatically just throwing back. Also, a lot of times if I trim somebody's arm, they're immediately going to throw a counterattack, okay? And even if they recognize that I hit them with the rapier, boom, they might close in with the dagger, okay? So I take the rapier hand, they charge with the dagger, okay? And actually in the footage that I show at the beginning of this video, you'll see that I trim the hand and my opponent then charges in. So, again, it takes a lot of point control. You've got to practice point control, but assuming your opponent is not leaving something exposed, which somebody as talented as Paula is not going to do, you have to do some techniques, feigns, or actually dedicated attacks, and once they draw over, be prepared to disengage and trim to the outside.